Hey, it's good to see you. We have an homage today to a classic aftershave that started life as a mouthwash from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, and we're so glad you're here. So, as giant fans of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, we wanted to give you a little bit of a beginner's guide to know how to get the soaps that you want.
Stuff that we wish we would have known at the beginning. So we'll list them out for you to help out, hopefully.
So on the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements page, there are a selection of soaps that are the permanent offerings. These are your Good Vibrations, the Beach, Doppelganger Plum, those
standards
kind of things,
that kind of stay on the schedule.
And then next we have the seasonals. So you have your Halloween soaps like Atomic Pumpkin or Cider House 5, the Christmas soaps like
maybe
King,
summer
right?
soaps,
Yeah, those are usually available for a few weeks to a month and a half or so. Then you have your limited releases that are often available for a week or two, sometimes a little bit more, like Planet Phoenix.
Depends on the supply,
last year, right? And then finally, you have your super limited releases that are sometimes app only, although we've only seen one of those in the last 6 months. But those can sometimes only be up for a matter of hours. Sometimes it's sort of a test, maybe.
Or like a 24-hour turnaround.
Yeah.
So just be ready. Even on the Black Friday sales and stuff like that, there were certain ones that were just for 24 hours. So,
So how to make sure you can get the soaps you want? Well, it's pretty simple because at the very beginning, I wrote to Douglas when a couple of soaps that I really wanted from some other artisans were suddenly just gone. So I wrote to Douglas and I said, hey, buddy, how do we know when the Phoenix soaps are going away? And he said, well, I always make a point of telling y'all when a soap is going to go away. So that's fantastic because it can kind of help you budget and plan for getting the soaps that you want when, right? If there's a seasonal, it's about to go away, you might want to get that and then you can wait for the permanent one later. So here's how you can stay ahead of the game. Make sure you are subscribe to that newsletter because those emails are timely and they are information packed and they'll let you know when it's going to arrive, when it's going to go away.
Join the fan group on Facebook as well as if you have the app on your phone. That'll send out alerts. As long as the notifications are turned on, they usually correlate with the emails. So if you're one that wants to get the holo label or be on top of it, those are your ways that you can make sure to do that.
And if you're going to place an order, Douglas and Fran gave us an affiliate link so that a small percentage of the sale goes back to support our show. And let's face it, we usually spend it to buy more soaps to make more episodes. So if you use our link, we would sure appreciate it.
And there is also a reward system, which I didn't know away.
Loyalty points.
There you go. That's the word. Yeah. So make sure to check under my rewards and you can see you can cash them in for certain things.
Sometimes what I use it for is 50% off the EDP or $15 off a bundle. So
it adds up. You might as well use them.
If you haven't checked your loyalty points in a while, head on over and see how many you got going on. So anyway, speaking of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, what's our soap today?
So this one has been waiting on the piano for quite a while.
Patiently.
Since summer, I think. But we had to wait for a special time to use it. And Classic Aftershave Homage Month seemed to be perfect.
You don't get more classic than this one, y'all. Let's meet the soap. All right, so I'm so excited to look at some of these classic aftershaves this month, and this one I'm really excited about because if you were to ask 50 people, what is a classic aftershave? Over half of them would probably give you this answer, Aqua Velva Blue, right? And it came on the market in 1929, mostly to servicemen, and it was marketed as a combination aftershave, tonic, and mouthwash.
Oh,
so,
trio.
Y'all, and it sold out like crazy because it had a high alcohol content that had not been denatured. And if you mixed it with certain juices, it was pretty palatable. So there you go. So this is from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Once again, Shave Cadets, we thought it might be kind of cool to drop one of our most chased after classics, Sacré Bleu. It also did not hurt that a lot of folks have been PMing and emailing us in regard to this one since we discontinued it, essentially lighting a fire under us. When this fire was combined with the scorch of this particularly sweltering summer, I knew what I had to do, and do we have done yet again.
That's right. If you consider yourself an Aqua Velva connoisseur, maybe collect vintage bottles or go out of your way to order the European version. Sacré Bleu is going to blow your mind. If your dad or grandpappy were fans of this long-gone original, give them a whiff and they'll agree. It's hot on.
Wow. I've never smelled Sacré Bleu. I've seen it, the blue, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't think I actually put my nose on it.
Yeah,
Have you?
I think I know what it smells like just by association. I think I have enough older uncles and stuff that as soon as I smell it, I'm going to be like, oh, right, that's Uncle Bob. And
I guess we're about to find out.
But I have smelled some of the classic aftershades before that I didn't know anybody who wore them, and they were just a lovely new surprise to
I'm very
let
intrigued.
us discover brand new in 2024. So, hey, let's open the box! I got this in August, y'all.
We just checked the label.
This was way before our first holo label, I think. I don't think I got it that fast, but there's a small chance that there's a
I
holo
don't
label
know,
in here.
actually. It's been a while, clearly.
See.
So,
I'm excited.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, the foamy paper from Phoenix is my favorite.
I totally forgot that
there
label.
it is. Look at that.
There's a cube, and there's another astronaut guy.
I love it. And there's the Stonehenge. In the middle
That is good eye.
from the fresco story. Ooh, look at that. And then let me open this guy. I love the foamy paper.
It's very official.
There's that guy in there.
Okay,
Let's see what we got. Oh,
What is that color? I thought it was going to be blue.
I thought it was going to be blue too, but it's green, y'all. Wow. That's awesome.
That's our first green one. That's kind of fun.
And actually, I think the original was not blue. The original was a different color. So, hey, this is...
Look at us learning things.
Oh, look, I'm about to open this right now. Okay, let's have a first impression. Oh, okay, I want to interview you about this, so you start.
Okay, I have no idea what to expect.
I wonder if the soap's green.
Well,
Probably
we're about
not.
to find
Probably
out.
not. Let's crack it
Let's
open.
see. You
Let's
want to
see.
see the pour first? Let's see.
Oh, there she
Okay.
is. All right, take it in.
I have no idea what's about to happen.
Take it in. Oh.
It's funny, now that I smell it,
Yeah?
I have smelled it.
She got it! She knows it, folks. Where did you get it from?
I don't know. I think maybe one of my uncles.
Yeah. You can always count on your older uncles to ingratiate
I
you into
think-
these fragrances, right, folks?
Maybe. Or it's interesting. It does have that clean, fresh scent.
Yeah.
I don't know why blue in my mind. I was thinking more of that like chemically clean scent just for
Yeah.
some reason.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not. It's definitely got some like kind of, I don't want to say mint, but herby something in there.
Oh, yeah. It's called the ice blue formula. Can you
I
kind
could
of tell why?
totally get that.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
And the fact that you mentioned it could be an aftershave, it was the trio of things. I can
Right.
see how this scent would
Aftershave,
be
hair
good
tonic,
for any of
mouthwash,
those. Mm-hmm.
yo. Would it be a weird? Would you want to put it in your mouth? Is it a weird mouthwashy flavor?
You know, not really.
Ah.
I mean, I could totally see it's got a little more herbs and other stuff going in there.
Right. If
And
that
there's
was
like
the
a
only
woodsy-
alcohol in 200 miles, and you and your company really needed a little belt, would that do it?
You know,
That would
it
do it.
wouldn't be horrible. I
Okay,
gotta
let's
say.
see. Let's see. Here we go. I'm excited.
It's very refreshing. I can see why it's just like an everyday thing to use.
Well, it's been around for. We're approaching its 100th anniversary, y'all.
It's
Stuff
got
like
that
that
timeless
doesn't
vibe,
just
for
endure
sure.
because it's just okay. It endures
Right? Mm-hmm.
because everybody loves it. Right? Generation to generation.
But
All right, here
I'm
we go.
kind of excited that it was the PAA version that I
I'm
have got
so
that
excited.
intro with.
Right,
You know?
because let's have a grown-up conversation. When I smelled Club Man, when we first got it, like back in September, I was like, okay. But when I smelled Club Guy, I immediately went and bought the Splash.
Right.
I went and bought Splash because it was just that much better. It was, the balance was better. The ingredients felt
Yeah,
better.
this is definitely more that upper tier, I have to say. But
Okay.
see
no
what
more
you think.
stalling. Here we go. Oh.
Does it smell like what you remember?
Oh. Okay. I'm pretty sure I had some uncles that wore this, but
Right?
I think this spawned like a whole family of like aftershaves.
No, I
this
agree.
Being the like original.
I would not be surprised because it does classic for sure. That same that aftershave
because
classic
I
vibe.
know it. I know the set just
Right.
from my old uncles or just from just everybody kind of knows what Rosebud is in Citizen Kane, whether you've seen the movie or not, just because culturally, right? I think everybody kind of has a
Right.
sense of what Acapella
that
smells
vibe.
like. So I kind of had a sense of it. But what I love about this is about halfway into my whiff, I knew what to expect. I was like, okay, got it.
Yeah.
This is Aqua Velva. And then something happened. Something like
That's why my whiff was so long.
yes, something chimed in and went, hold on, we're going to take this, but we're going to take it into a new little area of luxury because this Whoa.
It just made me want to bust out the lather because I could feel like it has so much to like open up.
Speaking of that, and it doesn't kick in immediately for me.
Right.
Like I have to be halfway through the whiff. So the first whiff strikes me as a lighter, beautiful aftershave classic cologne. Then it kind of goes into almost like an artisan scent that I would expect from the artisan shaving world, not from a 100-year-old pharmaceutical company.
Right. But it has a fun, timeless vibe. I know that's more the classic thing, but this is our lather lid from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Right. And the one thing we've learned not to sweat in this world is the longevity of soaps, because I've seen some guys with some Phoenix soaps that are 10 years old that are gorgeous, and they still smell beautiful.
Wow.
So, y'all, glad tidings of great joy.
Our atomic rocket brush.
This
Here
is
we go.
my very first shaving brush. It's on all of our graphics to this day, I think. And this is our lather lid. Sarah grabbed this around the holiday season, and it's a great tool that fits as its own lid
right
on the top of one of your soaps, right? And take it on the road with you, and there you go. This thing builds a way better lather than I thought a temporary solution lid kind of would.
Right.
Like this is its own serious lather bowl,
Right.
y'all. Woo!
Are you getting like a woodsy thing?
Oh, yeah. And I was just thinking like when...
Like a light wood.
Right, because we've just done like Club Guy, we've done a couple of the classic chaps, right? This hits you with a beautiful high note that's not too sweet.
No.
That's a woody, grassy note. So some of the others are more powdery, Club Med's more powdery, spearminty. This is a woody, grassy, but not a deeply spicy one. A light spicy one.
Yes, for sure.
That's what I love. Not in intensity. It's a lovely balanced intensity.
That's true.
But it's the lighter spices.
It is. I get a light wood, maybe like a fresh wood, like it's still kind of green.
Right.
I don't know if that's makes sense at all.
Right. And if you feel like your soap might be wanting a little bit more water, Mr. Smythe would tell you, yes, it absolutely needs more water. Put some more water in there.
It's fun to see what actually started a lot of this wet shaving world. Like this whole month, we've been getting educated on really what were the standards.
Yeah,
you know?
And we even did an episode on Parasso and Cella just so we kind of know where the artisan shaving world branched off from. And this.
And there's reasons that they have stuck around as long as they have. Like we can still go by Aquavella, you know? It is kind of cool.
Wow. So... You know how, like, y'all, Casablanca is a phenomenal movie, no matter how old it is. But when you watch it, you can kind of tell it's an older movie, obviously. This is that for me. This is the Casablanca of scents, because you can tell that it's vintage, just because that's its makeup, that's its DNA. But it is just so good and classic that, like, it's going to be around forever.
And it's interesting because... I guess classic to me always has this energy of it being old. Like you're getting something off the shelf that was made back then and you're opening it now trying to imagine what it could have smelled like back then.
True.
But this is insanely fresh and new, like just made, if that makes sense. Because
the only bottles in our grandparents' dens were vintage bottles. They were around since the 60s and they didn't exactly smell the same.
Yeah, it's kind of changed over time. But this is literally like if you close your eyes, you could be back then opening it up. It's just brand new to us in the box here.
Yeah, and I know this is an interesting thought, but Douglas makes these soaps with better ingredients than would normally be used. The same scents, but better quality of those scents, better quality of the oils, right?
Yeah.
And for me, a better nose of the perfumer. Oh, man.
And that's what we're finding here.
Yeah, we don't have the original Aquavella, but I know the original Aquavella.
Right. I can see the bottle.
And this is for sure like a modern, beautiful retelling of that story. Like with fresh, maybe not modern per se, but like a fresh retelling of that story.
Yeah, does it make you feel like you'd put this on at a certain time of day or somewhere you'd go?
Yeah, okay, you know how Hotel Cecil is my go-to nighttime. Douglas said this phrase the other day on the fan group, analysis paralysis. And I thought, that's genius, because when I'm standing at my shave locker and it's nighttime,
too many now.
And I have a little bit of, what do I put on?
We can't pick.
Hotel Cecil is my go-to. That's my one when I just can't choose that. And last night, that was my go-to. This would be my morning go-to.
I can see that.
So if I am floored with analysis paralysis at 9 o'clock in the morning after morning shave, this is the go-to choice for me.
It's a good neutral anytime morning, like any time of year in the morning,
you know? Beautiful, ready for the day.
Right, no matter what the day entails.
It's got that sunrise feel to it, right?
Yeah. And it's almost like the sun is dawning with something in that woodsy part is just waking up.
Oh, this may not even be bad on the rocks. And in that thought, let's open the splash.
All right. Oh my goodness. We're clearly having too much fun here already.
Oh, this green color.
I know. That is super fun.
Just love it. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, I forget.
And you are going to come off. Sometimes the cologne is so good, the little sticker has trouble letting go.
It doesn't want us to smell it yet.
I got it. Oh, it's so much better than you even.
It's so great. Look at that.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah?
Whoa.
Get the dry. That's
okay.
a face.
I didn't think this would be on par with sea salt for me.
Oh, and you just had mentioned, literally.
And what I was scared of, y'all, I was scared that this would have a little bit of a medicine-y feel to it.
Just because that's a Sacré Bleu kind of thing.
Right,
you know,
because it was sort of in the medicine aisle. It was treated as a medicine at the beginning, right? I was a little scared this was going to have that blue comb solution medicine feel to it. Get that out of your head. This is totally different. Okay, wait, take that in. The least thing from medicine-y. Just beautiful.
I am having such a time warp. Oh my goodness.
I know. Was it Grandpa?
It must have been. I think it's my Grandpa Vincent's side.
Right, yeah.
Like I'm in their den at their house or their bathroom.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I think we need to take a little 100-year trip back in time. Let's take a look at these scent notes. Yeah, she just figured out that it might have been her dad that wore this. Because
like their generation.
You could go down the street and buy it right now. Right?
Yeah, there's 3 brothers, so one of them, the chances are that wore this.
And I'm feeling a little menthol, maybe a little of the ice blue. I don't know if there's menthol in here, but I feel a little bit.
I feel like I smell it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, so let's take a look at these scent notes. What do you got?
All right. Bergamot.
Yep, got it.
Lavender.
Of course. Those are what come together to make it that beautiful barbershop-y aftershave foundation.
Thing.
Right? Yeah.
Then, okay, so this is maybe more of the green vibes, which is fun. Peppermint.
Ooh, just a hint. Just a hint. So you're not going to get like cane out of this, you guys. But yes, just enough to like mint it up and freshen it up a little. Yeah, exactly. And that's what gives it the ice.
But it's not the first thing that I get scent-wise. No, I get a fresh green.
No, not the first thing I get either at all.
At least to the
I get
width
a green
of it.
and a wood, right?
Yeah, okay. And then
petitgreen.
Lemon.
Yes.
And then this is the other green. Clary Sage.
Oh, and it's just a whisper of it. So the way to Clary Sage was kind of one of the stars of The Watcher. It's just a supporting player here, but it's absolutely stunning in how they're doing it.
And that's what I got at the beginning. I did get a clean herby kind of scent.
That's what keeps it fresh and clean.
It's there. And then jasmine.
Love it. Beautiful.
And here's the other green, vetiver.
Yep, but not in a grassy way. I don't get like grass from this, but I do just get a lovely green sense,
earthy kind of, all right.
And then, hey, just to go to both extremes, we got some sandalwood. Love it,
cedarwood.
And just to give it that slight smoky darkness to it, just a little bit under the surface,
like,
right?
I do get that woodsy, herby combo. They
and
blend
that works well with these next two, labdanum.
Musk.
Perfect.
And then this is totally in there, but I wouldn't have picked this up immediately.
Yep.
Amber. And I do get that more here off the puck, I think. I get more of the amber musk there.
Moss and leather.
Oh.
So if there's going to be something way at the bottom that's going to just tie this to the dock a little bit, it's going to be that leather. Let me see.
It's so funny because I get more.
Yeah, you get more
of here. I get more of the woodsy, herby side than there.
This is wild. Smell for the leather.
Right, but then
it's
now
totally
that's definitely more the leather, and the smell
that's
here.
Not.
No, this is more the musk, the amber, that kind of bergamot, lavender, and then it switches.
So I don't know if Douglas does a slightly different formulation for the splash and the soap,
or just like how they pop the scent layers that you get.
Ooh, but you're right.
They're
I
all
get
there.
The leather beautifully in this, and I don't get it as much in there, which is lovely.
No,
for
and
some
I get
reason.
more the amber here and the woodsy, herby stuff, and then this has more the peppermint, brighter kind of side to it.
Yep. Okay, so let's have one more grown-up conversation. The color magenta is one of my absolute favorites. It just lights my brain up, right? That color doesn't actually exist. I mean, you can do a deep dive on YouTube about this, but that color isn't real. It exists on the spectrum somewhere between the red and the violet. So it's the opposite ends of the color spectrum being put back together, and it doesn't really exist. But it's one of the most amazing, beautiful things. We know what's in it. We know it's red and violet. We know it's those two things. But when it comes together, it's just this like, nothing's like magenta. I know it seems a little funny and cliched because this is a 100-year-old.
Right. And
everybody's grandpa had it aftershave. But no, y'all, this is something special. There's a reason this has been around 100 years. This
and something
really is.
about that time and innovation, like, you know, it comes through.
I was thinking about that too. Like, are these dudes 100 years ago sitting around going, you know what this needs? Amber.
Right.
Get me the amber oil.
Right.
I mean, is that what they were doing?
Right, or what they had access to?
Right.
You know,
but it's beautiful.
I don't
and it
know.
really is time travel because this is really faithful, depending according to everything we've read, this is really faithful to the original. So it is like taking a time travel trip.
It totally is. I'm getting different powdery scents coming through.
Yes, and I'm not sure how. And not like a talc.
No.
But just somehow a very comforting powder.
And I can totally see like that having like your own personal version of like a barbershop fresh classic scent to have as an aftershave as you're standing at home. Everyone agrees that this is a clean, refreshing scent.
And I get powder on the dry down.
Right. I'm getting it now.
From
Yeah.
I'm shocked by this. This is fantastic stuff.
And, you know, I don't know if I would have originally ordered this, but because of all the hype and how excited everyone was, we were like, we kind of got to see what this is about. Like,
I know. I mean, let's be honest, folks. I know that sometimes when you get soaps from Phoenix and they're so limited and things like that, it's a little bit like baseball card collecting.
Right,
you
like,
just gotta be in the right place at the right time. But I kind of love that because it does encourage me to pick up soaps that I may not normally because they're about to go away. And I have yet to be anything but delighted.
Right, like there must be a reason that it's just one of those one-day turnarounds, get it? Like, and the reason the fan page gets so excited, like, we're still newbies to this world to know what there is. So the fact that an homage can get them this excited from a classic aftershave, we gotta figure out what that means.
That's a good way to say it. In this Phoenix world, when there's a giant amount of hype around a set, there's a reason.
There is.
And I haven't really noticed any that aren't beloved by the community so far. I think it's one of the reasons that PA is one of our favorite artists.
It's so fun to have and know that this is kind of where it started.
Right.
Like, I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. And that I would be so nostalgic for me as well.
Well, and here's the other thing for me. And actually, for this thought, let's take this down the rabbit hole a little bit.
Even on here, it says a trip back in time.
Right.
And it is. I do feel like it's such a time warp. And it's that classic scent that you're like, I don't care what year it is, but it takes you back to that first kind of connection to it. Right.
It just reminds you why the classics are the classics, y'all. So it's pretty easy. If you are in the military in World War II and the PX behind the enemy lines only has two products, Barbasol and Aqua Velva, well, guess what? You better be one of the first ones there in the morning because they're going to have Barbasol all day of the week. But the one that runs out by noon seems to be this one, and you just got your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. Or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I've had my shave with Sacré Bleu. Y'all, what a beautiful scent. And Joel was here, closing weekend of Guys and Dolls, and I had him smell it. And he said, oh, Aqua Velva Blue, we have that backstage, you know, just for a little inspiration. And he smelled it, and his face went, oh. And I said, what? He goes, this is better. Folks, this is better. This is better. And I kept going back. This is one of the only times I've kept going back to the aftershave over and over throughout the day. Just give me another coat, another reapplication, because it was so charming. And there is something about the updating of this particular one that makes it fantastic in this formulation. And the lather, folks, is just your friend. Nothing short of impressive. It just gives me a sense of safety, especially if I'm trying out a new razor or a new package of razor blades. Y'all, just a wonderful formulation and a wonderful shave. Thanks, y'all.
Welcome to Messages.
So to celebrate our impending 500th subscriber, we're going to have a giveaway of a chiseled face soap of your choice from Amazon.com. So if you are in the United States or Canada, send us an email to this address we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com and check back on our episode on March 17th to see if you are one of our lucky winners.
Good luck.
Holy crap.
I can totally see why you said this would be one that you would just start your day. If you do a morning shave and you're like, I can't decide, I don't, sometimes it is fun to pick a scent because it sends your day in that direction. Other times you don't know what your day is going to hold and you just want to smell good.
I'm just so happy right now. I'm just so happy right now that this was as good as it is. And I know this is a weird thought, but we had an Aqua Velva-sized hole in our shave den. We don't have anything that smells like this. And there are times when I want something. I'm looking for something that smells like this because I want to smell vintage. I want to smell classic.
Right.
I want to have the kind of morning my grandpa did if I'm thinking about him, right? So it's just that. I'm so glad this smells as amazing as it does.
So surprising. I know it shouldn't be unexpected, but that we love it as much as we do because I kind of just assumed, it's what's on every dude's shelf. It's not anything. But I do have to say there's something really nostalgic and fun about it. Like, even if you were to wear this and go on a walk, I think I would just keep getting whiffs of like back in the day or like my uncles or my grandpa. Like, there is something of that like standing man kind of vibe to it,
and I do totally get it now when they talk about Old Spice and they talk about these things. By the way, Oud Spice coming soon. Stay tuned.
Yes, they did.
Now I get it. Why they never say, oh, Old Spice, oh, Aqua Velva. No. Because Elvis doesn't go out of style. We can't go on together with Suspicious Minds.
We cannot.
So that's why. That's why I'm so glad that not only are we getting to experience them, but we are getting the upgrade through the better ingredients and better nose, I think, of Douglas and Friend.
Right, but we've also smelled 150-something soaps now. So there must be a reason that we waited to actually be able to enjoy and understand what this scent means on a different level.
Well, I think I just expected the world of vintage aftershaves to kind of be like this. And no, it's actually like this. I can really see how it inspired this artisan shaving world.
Right, and it continues to. Clearly, people want to still use it.
Oh, and thank God that you hear this through the communities. Thank God for Douglas and Fran for keeping these things alive and so beautiful and slightly better than the originals because it allows us to be able to re-experience the foundations of this world and truly appreciate where they came from.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.